Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for a little bit of audience participation coming up. All right, audience, I need your help here. Wait, no, audience, wait, hold on, not quite yet. Okay, that's good. Here we go. If you would like the South Korean player Squirtle to win this three-way tiebreak, give a cheer for Squirtle. One guy, very good. Now, if you would like the German player Socke to win this three-way tiebreak, give a cheer for Socke. That audience is highly imbalanced, Mario.
It is. But the question is it going to help Socke?
That is true. He is against the Korean superstar Squirtle. Socke in the top right. Looks like he is sending out that first probe, and look at this.
He is looking for proxy pilots. He does not want to die to any early aggression like that.
Popping back behind the bush, gonna swing back around down towards his opponent's base. But it looks like Squirtle's feeling a little bit more confident, just marching directly across the map.
Yeah, but you have to know, he also scouted very, very early, because I think both players really don't want to die after 5 minutes now. Because
that's true.
Socke got a second chance, and he doesn't want to throw it away as easily as that.
That is true. I mean, you could battle with all your skill, or you could flip a coin. Apparently, Socke believes that he's a pretty good StarCraft 2 player because he's hanging out in this game.
Yeah.
We do see that Cybernetics core now going down for Squirtle. Interesting that he has a little bit of space here along the Nexus. I'm curious what your thoughts are about that, because Socke is doing a little bit more traditional, tight building placement.
Maybe he's doing it because you can block it off with a single zealot in case there's some kind of strange impression going on. But I think it's just not very... I think it's not going to do much to the game anyways.
We do see that second gas going down for Squirtle now. The Zealot popping out for both. No. Yes, both players getting the Zealot, but no second gas in Camp Socke. And look at that, 68 energy saved up on that Nexus. There's the double Chrono Boost. Zealot going to pop out. We're going to see a Stalker quickly arrive as well. And likewise, we see Squirtle saving all of his Chrono Boost, not even using the Chrono Boost on his own gateway.
What I think is he's not even going to make use of his second gas for now, because he knows Socke is only staying on one gas, and he is expecting a very aggressive push now. So he's going to save the gas. He's just going to mine minerals and get a second and third gateway pretty fast. So.
Uh-oh, there's two gateways going down for Socke. No, 4 warp gates coming up. What is Squirtle going to do in response? Squirtle does not have any information. We see this probe from Squirtle. Oh no, is it going to try to do the loop around you do? No, it's actually okay. Yes, it might be trying to swing back around. Can Socke end up picking it off? And it looks like Socke does manage to repel this probe. So it looks like 3 warp gate from Squirtle, 4 warp gate from Socke.
Squirtle is getting a sentry, so he really needs to have a perfect force field. It is a very unpowerful unit compared to the Stalker or a Zealot, but it can split up the incoming army of Socke quite well.
And there's the pylon going down for Socke. Forward pylon looking in Captain 26 and 26 food. He's very close to having those warp gates done. There's the 4 warp gates finishing up right now. A Robo going down for Squirtle. He has long-term plans, but will he be able to stay alive? That Stalker is not supposed to do that. He needs to go home. The Stalker is going to spot, but let me tell you something.
No, there's a probe coming out right now, but okay, never mind.
Oh my gosh, he has absolutely no idea. He has no idea that there's all these units here yet. Uh-oh. Oh no, he only has 2 units at the front. There's the warp gate coming up for Squirtle. This is an intense moment. We see Socke building 2 pylons up at the front. There's the Stalker going to have to pull back, but Squirtle cannot afford to lose that. We see a couple more units moving in. There's the force field, but that is going to only delay the inevitable. There, 1 Zealot falls. Will he pick off the second sentry? It looks like no. More sentries continue to be morphed in. There is another force field going down. This pylon can warp in Zealots onto the other side.
It's only going to take a few more seconds, and that can it actually not warp the units?
It looks like he cannot quite see. Nope, there's the Zealot moving into the high ground, but he just does not quite want to risk it yet, as they are getting picked off fairly quickly. There's that 1 Stalker moving away. Socke getting baited with a couple of his Stalkers as well. Socke needs to begin getting very, very aggressive and needs to break up that ramp if he wants to hope to win this game.
I'm a little bit surprised there are no Zealots being warped in the ups ramp. It looks almost like it's not really possible for Socke right now.
It looks like Squirtle right now also doing a little bit of pylon by the base action of his own. It looks like Socke was not able to break in there, and look at this. Socke is 5 probes behind his opponent at this phase.
Socke is going for Twilight Council now, and
Is he going to get spotted? No.
He's going to cancel because he was afraid for it to be scouted.
So it looks like he's either going to be going for some sort of massive blink play, or he's going to try to do an ultra cheesy DT push. But man, look at this. Squirtle is playing as defensively as he can. He even canceled that one last Robo facility.
But he is rebuilding the Robo facility right now, so if Socke is actually going for the East, that would be a terrible decision for him. However, Blink Stalkers could still play a really, really good game because, of course, Mortars are really good. Oh, Salad is coming into space and it's scouting the Twilight Council once again.
And it looks like he does see the Twilight Council. That's going to be a real big pain for Socke, but it looks like he is now getting the blink. And I think Squirtle's starting to realize he better push fast if he wants to have any hope of staying alive in this game.
Yeah, I mean, now that the Twilight Council was scouted, obviously Socke is getting blink and not Stalkers off, not DTs after all. The problem Socke has, he doesn't know if his opponent is actually going DTs himself, so he has to add a forge now to get cannons up for detection.
Absolutely, that's always a big pain. There's the pylon right now. And as you were saying, with no scouting for Socke, Socke will start to begin doing best guesses. He's going to say, there's a pylon here. That would probably be a little bit more leaning towards the Dark Templar age. We do see Squirtle's army has really not gotten much bigger in quite some time. There's the Immortal popping out right now, as well as the Robotics Bay, but it's quite hard to constantly macro with that many structures and that many upgrades that need to finish.
Yeah. The thing is, his opponent is getting Colossus, but it's going to take us a really, really long time to get actually Colossus out, which are effective against Blink Stalkers. And if Socke is going to do perfect Blink Micro as the run, taking out just a few units, he can actually come back and take out enough units.
Here's the big push. He needs to be careful not to lose things too quickly, but man, look at how unbelievably fast Squirtle just one-shots those Stalkers. Yeah. He is target firing everything one at a time. He almost wants Socke to move up the ramp, and Socke needs to be really careful to blink back. Needs to blink those out a little bit more aggressively. Some very nice control there by Socke.
So Colossus is going to come out any second now, and that is completely going to shut down this cute blink micro here, because then there's simply too much damage being dealt.
Yeah, we do see he's just trying to pick off any unit that he can. He sees the Colossus, and now he's backing up. He needs to begin blinking to the right, almost losing a Stalker. But again, those Colossi are not that great against Blink Stalkers without a lot of that range upgrade.
Socke was actually building a Nexus, but canceled it once again now because he is just too afraid of the big army. Squirtle is over. Squirtle, however, looks like he's gonna expand himself.
This is a little bit brave, I would say, by Squirtle. So Squirtle not quite ready to commit to the expansion command center yet. We see some more nice blink micro. There he's pulling a lot of those units back. Needs to be careful not to lose one. If Socke can pick off a unit here or there at a time, he will be able to whittle this army away.
Yeah. The thing is, time is kind of running against Socke right now because he's lower on tech, and as soon as Squirtle gets a really, really big army, I think Stalkers are going to be almost useless.
And it looks like a couple of units getting caught off guard. This is exactly what Socke wants. And there we see some very, very nice blink plays, but not quite getting the Immortal down. That is a very, very terrible position to be in, and Socke accidentally sacks 3 more Stalkers. Squirtle is in an incredibly good position.
Yeah, he didn't lose a single unit in that fight, and Socke's Stalker numbers were almost halved. And yeah, Squirtle is really confident now. He's just gonna go in, and he knows if he just attacks Socke, denies an expansion, he is almost certainly gonna win the game.
And it looks like the Immortal finally gets killed off after racking up a ton of kills. Socke cannot manage to keep this expansion alive. It looks like Squirtle's phenomenal defensive play might be enough to cinch the game right there. There's the target fire on the Colossus, but it does not end up falling. There's just more Stalkers for Squirtle than there are for Socke, so even if that one Colossus does fall, it's still going to be so hard for Socke to defend this push.
Yeah, look at this huge army in space of Socke. I'm going to expect the GG any second now.
Poor Socke, who had just an unbelievably close opening game with that 4 Warp Gate push, transitioning into Blink Stalkers and a few critical errors means that he cannot hold off this inevitable gigantic attack from Squirtle, and they're picking off the Warp Gates and supporting pylons. It's only a matter of time now.
Yeah, there's nothing Socke can do anymore. He's just going to lose every single unit, and here comes the GG.
There is the good game. Squirtle manages to take the win. So that means that the only way that Socke can stay in this tournament is if Joe manages to beat Squirtle.
Now Socke is gonna cheer for Joe, as Joe has cheered for Socke.
That is right, and hopefully if they cheer hard enough, we can have drama round 2 occur in another 3-way tiebreak. But now Squirtle is feeling a lot more confident. He either advances as the 3rd spot, or he ties and has to play again. Winning 1 game in a 3-way tiebreak guarantees that you at least are going to play longer.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, he can not lose in that round now, basically. He's got a free ticket.
Now, it looks like these players are going to end up doing a map selection pool to figure out what game will be played. If they want to keep it at a heightened sense of drama, they will go ahead and do Joe versus Socke, but of course, in the interest of time, they will likely do Squirtle versus Joe, because again, Squirtle is up 1-0. If Squirtle wins against Joe, he will be advancing through the next round.
Yeah, and look at him. He looks pretty concerned, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny to note that that's the first game that Squirtle managed to take off Socke. Socke 2-0 Squirtle.
Yeah. He was playing really, really safe. I wonder, I mean, we haven't seen the games that played out earlier between Socke and Squirtle. So maybe Socke was already doing another game. That is why Squirtle played pretty defensively.
Yeah, I do think that Socke probably could have broken that ramp. He was just a little bit more aggressive.
I think the problem was usually you can see up the ramp, but some of the Stockers didn't go close enough to the force field to actually get vision.
He did have vision, because I was checking Socke's cam, but he just was electing not to warp up. And we do see that Joe is standing right next to Squirtle, so we can confirm that they are doing a map selection pool. Map selection occurs via a series of down votes. There's the pool of maps, and they alternate. I don't want to play this one, I don't want to play that one, and back and forth until 1 map remains. I would be willing to put in 1 million euros again that it will be Zelnage Caverns.
And I'm not going to take that bet once again.
Yeah, because you know what? They're probably going to choose Zelnage Caverns. Zelnage Caverns is widely considered to be the most skill-friendly map and the most balanced map.
I actually have never seen anyone downvote Zelnage.
Yeah, there's long distances between the bases. There's a lot of ways to abuse various angles of attack. There's a lot of different expanding patterns. It allows people not just to know that it's fairly balanced. They don't have to do an uphill battle. They can also do their style, which is an important part of StarCraft play.
Yeah, right. It doesn't really favor anything. It's just such a neutral map.
It just is. It's every time I play Zelnage, I feel all Zen Buddha.
Yeah, I mean, even the name suggests it. It's Zelnage, it's standing above everything.
That's right. And the map is Scrap Station. Oh, that's fine. We're wrong. Looks like we'll be going into Scrap Station, and I'm very curious to see how Joe is going to adjust, because last time we saw this match, Squirtle rolled Joe. And I hope he didn't hear me say that, because I don't want to make him feel unconfident, but that game was not close.
And actually, it's quite surprising that Joe did not downvote Scrap Station. It seems like he's thinking, okay, I didn't play my perfect game on Scrap Station. He thinks I'm pretty bad at Scrap Station because I didn't play that well, but now I'm going to show him. I'm going to show him.
Oh, Dario, he's going to show him. Very good, very good. Now, one thing to note about this map, Scrap Station, in the context of the previous match, generally when 2 even food-sized armies battle, you tend to have both of them kind of get reduced down to about the same food again. That's how you kind of say to yourself, all right, things are looking pretty fair here. But in that last game, both of them had about 160 food, and at the end, Squirtle had 140, and Joe had 60. Very powerful, that Colossus Stalker Phoenix mix. Very, very difficult. Looks like we are just waiting for the confirmation of the players and the casters being ready. And Dr. Dario, what is happening right now?
Something completely insane is happening, actually.
Tell me.
We're still having a 3-way tie.
That's right, it's still 3-way tie, and game 2 of that 3-way tie is now loading up. Squirtle versus Joe. Cannot wait. The match will be starting oh so soon. And now that the game is loaded, the question is, will Squirtle be able to cinch the 3rd place spot by winning this game, or will Joe take his first victory against the Korean superstar and end up giving himself a chance to stay alive?
Yeah.